Arsenal Football Club are an amazing team to watch right now. They're scoring for fun, beating teams left, right and centre, and playing such entertaining football, and now are finally back at the top of the league. Let's be honest, since the turn of the year, unless you've been living under a rock, it's clear to see that the best team in the Premier League has been Arsenal. They've reached a level of performance that rivals the best teams in the world, and generally, this has been put down to the manager's system and tactics, setting the boys up for success. However, today I want to highlight a few players that have made it happen on the pitch, and have once again made Arsenal Football Club a formidable force in the footballing world. I guess we're better to start than the £65 million player signed by Mikel Arteta in the summer of 2023. Maybe the most polarising transfer we've seen at Arsenal Football Club, Kai Havertz. He definitely split the fan base after signing, and a lot of people, myself included, didn't see the reasoning behind the signing, especially at the price point, as most people felt we needed a traditional number 9 as a different profile to Gabby Jesus. Havertz was coming from a struggling Chelsea team and wasn't seen as a prolific goal scorer, even though he'd been playing up top for Chelsea for a few seasons now, and his best goal scoring season came during the 2021-22 season, bagging only 8 goals. Spoiler alert, he's matched that at Arsenal already. Once paperwork was signed and it was announced that Kai Havertz had traded the blue side of London to become a Gooner, most of the fan base got right behind him, and as fans, we can't say we ever want to see a player fail at our club, as it just doesn't make sense. But personally, I did still have my reservations, not so much about his technical ability, as we saw what he could do at Leverkusen, while I definitely refrained from judging his time at Chelsea too harshly, as they changed managers more times than you could count and the whole club is in disarray. I also didn't think he'd fit the playstyle or contribute much to this current Arsenal team. However, since becoming an Arsenal player, he's played most of his football in the vacant midfield position, left from Granit Xhaka leaving the club in the same window. This isn't a position we've seen Havertz ever play before, and this once again made me question the manager on why he purchased a player who wasn't just coming from a train wreck of a club, but a player that was low on confidence and was going to have to learn a completely new position. Even though I was confident the manager had a plan for Kai Havertz and knew the role he wanted him to play, it was hard to imagine what that would be, especially from midfield. But I've been pleasantly surprised as to how good the player has actually become. He may not be a skillful maestro, but his technical ability and intelligence for the game is unmatched. He links up play, creates and uses space like other players can't, and I think he's starting to build confidence in his ability, and in turn the team is starting to build confidence in him, trusting him a lot more. He's really becoming an Arsenal player. The way he moves with the ball is quite different to what we've seen over the years at Arsenal, as in the last 2 decades we've opted for less physical midfielders for the more silky playmaker type of centre mid. Even though he stands at 6'3", he has exceptional close control and is deceptively quick. He's a defender's nightmare when he's on his game, as not only is he a physical nuisance, but he also possesses qualities you'd find in a smaller, more nimble player. His best football for me so far has come from him leading the line, playing as a false 9, while Jesus has been injured, and this is reflected in his average ratings from the last 5 games, coming in at 7.86 and getting the second highest rating at 8.6, just behind Odegaard, who got an 8.8 when we smashed Sheffield United 6-0, with Havertz bagging a goal and setting up Ben White for the 6th goal of the night. So far, he's scored 8 goals and has 3 assists in the Premier League, which means he's already surpassed Granit Xhaka's best goal scoring season, and as I alluded to earlier in the video, he's already matched his own best goal scoring season at Chelsea, and if he keeps up this current form, he'll be on track to not only justify his hefty price tag, but will become a massive part of potentially helping Arsenal win their first title in 2 decades. We do have to big up Arteta once again, as it would have been easy to drop him after 10 games, as he was really looking like his former self at Chelsea, but he persisted with him throughout criticism from the mainstream media and fans alike. He really believed in him and would even praise him publicly when everyone was calling for him to be dropped. And this deserves massive credit. It was said when he signed Havertz, this would be the sword Arteta may fall on, but as of right now, he's proven us all wrong. The biggest thing I've learned from the Kai Havertz signing is how players sometimes need a change of environment when they are placed in the right team and situation to flourish, with teammates who encourage and push each other to be better every day. You see the best of players that have been written off, as some players just need an arm around their shoulder and a manager who truly believes in them. This whole video could easily be on Kai Havertz, but I wanted to quickly also touch on the backline and how dominant they've been all season. Ben White has looked like a man possessed, and with a slight shift tactically from the manager, giving him the freedom to invert when he feels it's right to do so, has given Arsenal a different dimension down that right side, meaning Kiwior isn't struggling to do the inverted role that Zinchenko would normally do, and he just focuses on defending, and the numbers reflect this, as Arsenal have the lowest non-penalty XG conceded per 90 minutes, sitting at 0.77, so teams aren't even getting a chance to score against this defence. They also hold first place for the lowest non-penalty XG conceded per shot at 0.09, which shows when Riot is faced with the odd attempt at goal, the quality of those chances aren't great and have an extremely low chance of even going in. And finally, one of my favourite stats is that Arsenal have the lowest XG conceded from set pieces. We have Nicolas Jova to thank for this, as he has been a revelation since coming to Arsenal and has made this team a juggernaut when it comes to set pieces. Opposition teams are terrified when they concede corners or free kicks against Arsenal, as they lead the league with the most goals scored at 18 from set pieces, accounting for 26% of the goals they've scored all season. The stats are reflecting an Arsenal team that have so many different ways to score goals and attack teams, and they have become ruthless in front of goal, and in my opinion, this has a lot to do with the partnership formed by Gabriel and Saliba at the back, which gives the platform for the players up front to press aggressively, knowing if the opposition makes it through the press, they are more than capable of taking care of the counter-attack. We've seen dominant performances from both of them in huge games during this season's title race. For example, when the likes of Haaland came to the Emirates and was bounced off the ball and pocketed by Saliba and was almost anonymous. While Saliba won 100% of his duels and registered 97% pass accuracy, he didn't commit a single foul and didn't get dribbled past once. And to further emphasise the dominance of the two centre-halves in that game, Erling Haaland failed to register a single attempt. It's only the second time that the Norwegian hasn't had a shot in a Premier League game. He notched just 23 touches and completed just 11 passes, and this is arguably the best striker in the world right now. They are an amazing pair to watch, as they dominate pretty much every centre forward they play against. They also contribute to our build-up play, as Arsenal dominate possession against most teams, and they are normally the ones who switch the play or even carry the ball out from the back, baiting the opposition's press and progressing the ball out to wide areas. I'm so proud of this Arsenal team, and there's not a single player I don't rave about in the current squad. So I have to say, it's an amazing time to be an Arsenal fan. Thanks for watching.